Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Jujutsu Kaisen. Last time around we had Pandemonium. Gojo has been sealed. Ijichi may have been killed. The villains are going to kill Itadori because they think they're so cool and awesome that they can win even without Sukuna. And Itadori rendezvoused with Nanami, who is now putting together a new plan now that Gojo has been sealed. And that's pretty much where we left off. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure, so let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Here we go. Oh man, what a good episode, man. What a good episode. There was an annoying villain, and they beat the ever-loving crap out of him. Isn't that, like, what a concept? Two really interesting characters beat the crap out of a terrible character. I love it. Yeah. Now, that said, it's not even like this guy is particularly bad. Him in particular, too, is like, of the three of them, is like, he's fine, you know? But I just, it's the same thing, you know, when Hatman is trying to fight, and the guy's just... It's just dodged, no expression changes. Like, just take it seriously, man. Like, I want our heroes to be taken seriously. Even if Hatman probably wasn't going to make it out of this because I don't know his name. I just keep calling him Hatman. Even still. Well, if Fushiguro and Itadori go back up there, That's gonna be a bit awkward for Megumi. He gets to see old Pops again. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, yeah, interesting stuff. I like how, you know, they expand on what they talked about last episode, which, you know, the power vacuum now that Gojo is gone. And it's interesting they also just talk about, it's like, Gojo existing in this world was also just kind of bad. It's like, because, like, he basically raised the ceiling so much that that everything else had to get stronger because of it. But now, because everything else got stronger, now it can all come in now that Gojo has been defeated. Like, nothing could be strong enough to defeat Gojo, but now that he's been sealed, it's a problem. So I like even these guys, like their job. They had to kill Gojo, and literally, just from a distance, they're just shaking. They cannot deal with how strong he is. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, and the whole thing, like I was slightly confused for a second because friggin' subtitles, the Crunchyroll subtitles have been weird today. So I watched Vinland Saga just before this, and for some reason, Crunchyroll keeps defaulting it to the English dub. I don't know why. But when I turned on Japanese, it still didn't turn on English subtitles. And then today, on Jujutsu Kaisen, subtitles were set to none. So I have English closed captions in English. I generally keep just, like, regular subtitles off. I just want to see, like, the translations of the Japanese text. So I'm assuming the one that we saw said, like, you know, Satoru Gojo is born or something, you know? What was the point I was going to make about that? I don't know. I don't fully remember. But yeah, it's just, like, it's such an interesting thing just seeing, like, little Gojo. Oh, I was going to talk about the, that's right. I was going to talk about the dad and his daughter, where it's like, oh, they're like, they were in some room with a couch and a bed, and he was drinking, and she sat in her lap. And now, granted, it was the granny, not his actual daughter, but it's like, I don't know what was going on there. I frankly didn't want to know. I think I've been watching too much degenerate anime recently on my own time, where it's like, my mind just immediately went to bad places, so, no. And I try not to watch that stuff. I try not to watch really degenerate anime. Stuff like that, where it's like, dad and daughter, I don't want that. So, the funny thing is, I made the same assumption on The Sopranos recently. There was an episode where, like, they show a flashback of Tony Soprano when he was a kid, And there was this whole secret thing with his dad where he would take his daughter somewhere. And I was just sitting there like, please don't be anything bad. And it's like, technically it was bad, but it was just a thing of like, oh, all the guys in this gang, they take their daughters to this amusement park. They go have fun. And then all the guys go and talk, criminal business and stuff. And I remember I breathed a huge sigh of relief, like, oh, okay, I was thinking so much worse. So, I'm going to make the assumption that was not the case here. But with that room and her schoolgirl outfit, I didn't like it. But, I mean, he was talking about, like, his wife cheated on him, so, like, you can't really take the moral high ground if you're doing that. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, but seeing that, like, that was really interesting, and I like that it's like, oh, that's why they're here, is because Gojo has been sealed. So, and then I like seeing Fushiguro and Itadori work together. I can't believe that's a rare thing on this show, is seeing these two characters interact, It's like, they're doing things. Hooray! Why can't we see this more often, Why can't we see the good stuff more often? But anyway. But I like that. I like Fushiguro figuring out the guy's technique of inversing everything. I like they do specify it's like, it can't just be complete inversing, because then a light breeze would kill him, So there's an upper limit and a lower limit to how much is inversed. And I like that. That's an interesting thing. And so I like that it's like, they can completely surround him just, with 10,000 rabbits. That's a very weak thing to do. It's not meant for offense, so he can't do anything about it, And so it's like, you drop a car, you drop a friggin' elephant on him. Yeah, he can take that. But then I like, just going with the weak attacks, going with the frog, just stabbing him in the gut. And then just the two of them, I love watching the two of them just beat the shit out of this guy. Like, that was so satisfying, And even I like Itadori, seemingly using all of his power and then literally just, like, stopping and then just punching him with no energy, and that just took him out. Like, that was good. I really like that. And then just at the end, when Fushiguro is just, you're surprisingly adept at this. Thanks. It just cut, and it's like, good, solid. Oh, and I love, that was so funny, where it's like, they have the wires, and it's just like, and they're like, oh, they have wires, and it just cuts to Itadori and Maki, and it's just, hey, these are really cool. End of flashback. Like, that's all we need to see. This is this is a tool that Maki uses, and she was like, these are pretty cool, maybe you should try them out. And Itadori and Fushiguro have them. That's brilliant. I love that, because it's like, I immediately understand what's happening, because I understand these characters. Why can't you show these characters more often? You have such good characters. Use them, for God's sake. So, that aside, this was a good episode. This kind of, like, reignited, not my love for the show, honestly, but just, like, if we can just have more episodes like this, please just have more episodes like this, then we can do this, Then we can do this. Even if it has, Jogo and Mahito and the ruining of Geto, sure, just have our main characters and just have them be fun and interesting and interact with each other. For the love of God, please. Just play to your strengths. And this episode played to the strengths of Jujutsu Kaisen. Thank God. But that's pretty much it. Good episode, and I am cautiously... I will cautiously approach the next episode. I can't really say I'm optimistic, but I will cautiously move forward. With that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Jujutsu Kaisen reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.